This is why you're slow at inline skating. I'm kidding, you're not slow, it's just that you can be faster. My name is Thorup. I've been skating my entire life on these guys, on ice skates, on speed skates, and I know a thing or two about becoming faster. I made it to a couple of Olympic Games, and now I'm sharing all the stuff I learned through 3 decades of skating with you, so let's go. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind through this entire video and the rest of your life, or at least as long as you skate, which should be the same, skating comes down to technique. Until you reach a very high elite level, skating technique is so much more important than strength, endurance, equipment, you name it. Obviously, you need to be fit, you need to be strong, but that's gonna come with the skating. Technically, if you're a good skater, you can go fast no matter what. Therefore, this video is gonna help you more than you probably think. Just keep these things in mind next time you're out inline skating and moving forward, and you will see that you can skate much faster than you think. First thing I want you to look at is your position. A lot of it comes down to how low you are. Skating is different from almost any other sport where you move in this direction. When you're good at skating, you push sideways. And the more you can push sideways, the faster you can go forward. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere like this, but the second I start pushing to the side, I'll be rolling forward. Therefore, focus on that. But it comes down to how much you can actually push to the side. If I'm in this position, basically straight, this is the way most people, maybe you included, skate. Skate up here, it's gonna give me about this much push to the side. If I bend my legs a little more, all of a sudden I can push a lot more to the side. So if you compare a person that skates in this position, push this far. If you go here, you can push twice as far. It's already there. Well, in theory, you should go twice as fast. I think there are a few other things that play into account, but get lower. Same goes with your upper body. If it's like this, you're very out of control, but if you get lower, you're much more in control, you're much more engaged, and you can even use that arm swing and upper body to go even faster. I made a couple of specific videos on my channel about that position, but just a quick reminder here, you wanna get close to a 90-degree knee bend here, and your upper body should be so that if you put your elbows out here, it's gonna relax on your body. And that's the position you want. Don't think about a deadlifting squat kind of back. Just let it hang there as long as you have your hips forward. That is your position, and that's a fast position. Choose the right wheel size and the right wheel setup. By that, I do not mean that bigger wheels are faster, nor smaller wheels. I'm saying that you need a setup that fits your level and your stability, and even your goals as a skater. So if you're new to the sport, go for smaller wheels and more wheels, say 4-wheel frame is what I would recommend. And then as you become better and smoother and stronger in your angles and more in control, you can move to something like this, a 3-wheel frame, 110 millimeters, and eventually 125, which is what we're racing with when we compete at international world-class events. Bigger wheels means more cruise speed if you can steer them, but you're gonna be higher off the ground and you're gonna have less control and maneuverability. So if you do not have that angle strength and just the general skills, you're gonna skate really poorly, and it's not gonna make you go any faster. So start out with smaller wheels and then progress to bigger wheels. Same goes for your skates. Lower skates, so more angle kind of freedom can allow you to skate better. That's why I skate on speed skates that basically just touch my angles. But if you don't have that stability and the strength to use it, well, there's gonna be a lack of support, and you're not gonna be skating very fast either. So as you get better, as you get stronger, make sure that your equipment follows that trajectory. Longer strokes equals more speed. I talked about it a little with the position. If you sit lower, you can have a longer push, but there's one more aspect to it. How much can you actually move with that push? So you do have more than just the extension of your leg. You also have the full extent of where you're actually driving and using that pressure. So the longer you can sit on a skate and the more you can get onto each skate. So a massive difference between a good and a really good skater is whether or not you get fully over on each side of your push. So this is how it would look a little as a beginner. You're constantly in the middle. That's the way I want you to think about it. You're staying in the middle, even if you sit low, it's not a lot of leverage and a lot of pushing. Or if you're good, you really get out the full body out on each side of each push. So do not just stay in the middle, get fully over on each push as you skate, and that's gonna make you go a lot faster immediately. Obviously it's a little scary because you do not feel as safe as you do here. You feel like you can't crash, but if you're good at skating, that leg is still free and you can always catch it. As long as you stay low, you're gonna be more agile than you think in terms of hitting a rock or whatnot to catch it with the other leg before it becomes worse. So now when you're doing what I just explained, you skate probably getting your body fully over to each side. Do this by using your body's own weight. So two ways of doing it. The way most of you might be doing it is where you just muscle through. So when you try and really skate from side to side, you push with your legs, your muscles. That's a great thing. That's what you need if you want to go as fast as you can. But when you're at cruise speed and just wanting to be efficient, it should be your body weight that creates that speed, not because you push through it. That should just come naturally. And I mean, think about myself here, I weigh 85 kilos. There is a very limited amount of times that I can do a one leg squat with 85 kilos to make up for not using the body weight. But if I'm just slinging those 85 kilos from leg to leg, it can go on forever basically. So now that you are efficient, you're moving smoothly from side to side, you're going a lot faster already. Next thing is to accelerate and time that rhythm so you don't have a pause between each stroke. Obviously you want to do more steps that can make you go faster, but it's also going to be easier. There's going to be more momentum that carry over from one step to the next if you have rhythm in the way you skate. So try and limit the pause between each stroke and use that rhythm. A great way to facilitate this, make it more natural, instead of really forcing that rhythm, is to push a little. Once you're done with your push, let it go backwards here. It's called the recovery leg because it recovers as it's hanging loose in the air basically. So, and then it comes back in here. So that's gonna give you a very smooth, natural cycle that's just gonna replace the previous push and commence a new one, which makes it feel very, very nice and easy to maintain speed. This might seem very simple, but one of the reasons you might not go very fast is because you don't train going fast. And by that I mean top speed. You need to improve your top speed in order to go fast. This is gonna make even marathons easier because you're gonna be, say if you're racing a marathon and your top speed is a bit lower, you're gonna be skating almost at that speed, and that's gonna be hard to do for 42 kilometers or even 21 kilometers or even a 10-kilometer race or just a cruise to the grocery store. If you improve that range of speed you have, you're gonna have much more speed reserve, so you can skate a marathon at the same speed, but all of a sudden you're only at 70 or 80% of your top speed, and that's gonna make that effort so much easier. So if you're able to go fast, it's gonna be much easier going slow. Use the correct techniques. This is the final point I have in this video. If you want to go fast, use the double push technique. It's the fastest technique there is. My training plan will teach you how to do it in 10 weeks. So get going. There's going to be video tutorials. There's more than 5 hours of full video where I really take you through what is a double push, how do you do a double push, how do you train for a double push. And that's gonna make you faster. It's the technique where you push under yourself and then a classic push away from yourself. And then for turns, do the crossovers. The crossovers is the one where you put one skate over the other. So it goes like this. You lift it up and then you put it in. Try and demonstrate straight here. So this is how you turn. Now you don't have to sit as low and be as aggressive as I was here, but the idea is really that you just tilting and then you place a leg here. And as you get better, you can push a little more and do it a little more with full body weight onto it, but it's so much easier than the classic push to the side here. I mean, you can watch the skate at the Olympics on ice. Every single participant will do this. There's very no question you will not be an elite skater if you don't do a crossover. And that means that it's probably gonna be faster even if you don't wanna be an elite skater. That was my final tip and my final reason why you're not as fast as you can be. So get to work, and I hope this is gonna help you improve. either go faster, go for longer, or just have more fun skating. I had fun teaching you these. I hope you want to share it with some friends. I hope you want to use them to improve your skating. And I just hope to see you on skates, or maybe out there for some of the marathons, or come by, say hi at the Olympics in Milano in a little bit of time. See you. I would love to hear in the comment section if this was helpful. And if you have any tips or tricks that I forgot to mention that can help the rest of the community out here, then hit the comments. I hope you want to become a member of my channel. Again, I do this for a living, so I'll take any support I can have out there so I can continue making these videos. So you can become a member starting at $2 a month. And then you just get access to probably 50 tutorial videos just like this one that are specifically for members. And maybe they can teach you some more skating stuff.